Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Now I'm half done with my makeup. I haven't finished my eyes just yet, but I have some makeup here I want to try. I was in the US recently and I decided to go into Ulta. Now I've been to Ulta maybe like one other time before this or two other times before this. As we don't have Ulta in the UK. A lot of people on my socials, usually when they're asking me to try something, they might just say, you know, you can grab it in Ulta. And I'm like, we don't have it. We've only just got Sephora back, you know what I mean? So I went in to the Ulta on, let me see what it was, Rolling Oaks Boulevard in Kissimmee, Florida. Amazing staff in there. They were so friendly, so helpful. I actually had to ask one of them, I was like, where is your like Ulta's own brand stuff? And embarrassingly, it had a massive sign above it. But she was really great. She showed me everything that was kind of like a little bit popular, what the artists who work there really like as well. So I did grab some bits. Annoyingly, I just realized I didn't grab eyeshadow. So I've done a little bit of a half look before this. There were some things I got from there that that weren't Ulta brand. I got some of the Vacation SPF 50 Invisible Face Gel because I love Vacation SPF. And I also got this About Face eye paint. I just randomly picked it up, so maybe I'll use those in a future video. But I have here foundation, tinted moisturizer, concealer, blush, bronzer, in both cream and powder, or gel and powder I should say, and some lip products too, and some liquid blush. So I might do like one half of my face a cream and one half of my face powder using these different products. Before we get into it, please do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up. Please also do go ahead and subscribe to my beauty blog, which is over on Substack. It's called Brushed Up, where we talk about everything beauty related. There's some paid content there, but there's also a lot of free content, so do please feel free to check it out. Oh, and please excuse my nails today. They are a mess. Like, they're chipping off, they're falling apart. One thing I saw in Ulta which I found really interesting and I really desperately wanted to try, because I always talk about how the longevity of your concealer under your eye, preventing creasing from happening so quick, is hydrating under your eyes, or making sure that the under eye area is prepped correctly or enough for your concealer, right? So one thing I saw was their under eye primer, and this is all Ulta Beauty's own stuff. I think I said it already. So this was, let me look at my receipt. Oh my god, this is on here. Did I steal this? Where is it? So this was $13, and it looks very sheer, almost like a gel kind of texture. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna use a tiny bit at a time and just give that a little tap in. It feels, let me just put a little bit back of my hand and describe the texture there. It's very lightweight, but it's definitely leaving something on my skin. So it'll be interesting to see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this side with a primer and the other side without, and just see how that kind of works. You know me, I'm not a heavy powder under the eye person. I feel like if you powder too much and it starts to crease, there's no way of correcting that later on. I mean, it already looks a little bit brighter. I wonder if that's something it does. Okay, so concealer. We have the Complexion Crush Full Coverage Concealer. This was $12, and I just picked up a shade that I thought would be perhaps a little bit too light for me. Oh, I love that applicator when it's got like that little well in the middle. It just means you don't have to keep going in and out of the thing every single time. So let's do a little bit here. God, it definitely, you don't need that much. Like, that's a lot of concealer. I wouldn't usually use that much. Let's give it a little go. I'm just going to tap it in because it says full coverage. I'm not at the moment getting a full coverage. It feels almost quite, not translucent. Translucent's the wrong word, but I wouldn't say that was intense full coverage. I've definitely used concealers that have a more of a coverage to them. We'll go in with another layer and see how much coverage you can actually get from it. Honestly, I'm so embarrassed about my fingernails. They're literally chipping away and they're like partly stained. Now see, that looks fuller coverage, right? I wonder if that's because of the eye primer. I wonder if it really helps like grip onto that concealer as well. That's great, because in the long run, you don't actually have to use as much because it's really helping. You know, it feels different. It feels different. This feels like, I guess, my skin. A little bit more skin-like. This feels a little bit, not tacky. Tacky is the wrong word, but it feels like there's a grip to it. Oh, I like that. It's almost like an eyeshadow primer, you know, where it gets that full coverage, that full color, and holds onto it, but for your under eyes and with concealer and not eyeshadow, you know what I mean? Is it just me, or do you see the difference? This side seems so much more fuller, and I use the same amount. Let me just get a little bit more on this side because I need to even it out a little bit. Yeah, even on this side of the face where the primer isn't, the concealer itself feels different. That's a really cool little, let's call it a gadget, little product for under eye primer. That's really cool. That's good to know that exists. I've actually never used, I've used under eye primers that are like oils and stuff like that are mainly to like hydrate the skin under the eye for the sake of the application of a product, but to have a product that seems to be priming for concealer, so the concealer has more coverage and so it sits smoother. I like that. I like that a lot. They look kind of even now, right? Interesting, interesting. It'll be good to see if we get any creasing or anything like that. One thing I would say is I was very naughty. I haven't used an eye cream today. So I would hydrate before that primer, of course, before that under eye primer. But even still, because I can see like a drier texture, but even still, it's a great product. I really, really like that. But I wonder how that would work on the nose for like gripping onto product, because it feels different to like a sticky primer. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, let me just finish up my under eyes. I have the Galactic Visitor palette from KBeauty on my eyes. This was gifted to me ages ago and I've never used it. I went through this stage of using like, I think because it was close to the release of my palette, and I just went through the stage of only using my palette because I love it so much. It was new and fresh and exciting and I wanted to try every color combination ever. So yes, but now I'm just going to go back under the eyes with Infinity, which is this nice darker blue you see on the outside. I'm going to lean really far this way so I don't get any powder going onto my face. That's what I fancy doing under the eyes today. I'll do a bit of liner. Oh no, foundations. Okay, I'm going to try two different foundations. So we have, let's do the side where I did the eye primer, which was, this side? No, this side as our full coverage side. Well, our more coverage side, because I have a complexion crush. This is a medium coverage foundation. So we'll try that this side. And then on the other side, one of the artists there said that they loved this tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to try that on this side. And I love tinted moisturizer. I picked up the shade medium and light to medium. I think I might be light to medium just because I'm just a lot paler than I used to be. I mean, that light to medium still looks pretty dark. That's light to medium, but it's a tinted moisturizer, so it might come up a little bit different. Yeah, that's still pretty dark for me. What is it? Let's blend it in. So with tinted moisturizers like this, if I'm going to use my fingers, I like to go in with a light layer with fingers first, just so you kind of get like a base down, you know what I mean? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, it has like this glow to it. Not like overwhelmingly like glow, but it's like a nice, look how great my skin looks. Yeah, sorry. So I like to put this base down. So almost like I'm covering just some discoloration first, just covering the areas that need a little bit of coverage. Oh, how much was this? This is only $16 for 35 ml. It's quite nice. So this is my pale side. This actually matches the rest of my neck quite nicely. I'm a little bit bronzed, but I mean, I don't mind that. So an even coat of a product on first, and then I like to go with my finger and tap in any areas. Look how filthy my nails are. Tap in any areas that I feel need a little bit for more coverage. So for me, it's on my cheeks where I'm extremely red a lot of the time, and also just on the bridge of my nose and on these parts of my nose here. I like to just give them a little bit of extra attention. Of course, with a tinted moisturizer, I'm not expecting to cover like a foundation would, but just a little bit extra, you know what I mean? This is also $16, a Complexion Crush foundation. We're going in with Light Warm. I really did just pick up. You know what? Even though you're a makeup artist, it is really worth just asking the people that work in that store to look at your face and be like, what shade do you think I am? Because they work with their products all the time. Next time I go in, which will probably be October, I might just be like, help me pick some shades because I've never used this. Okay, so let me go in with a brush for this side. I have hardly any clean ones, so I'm gonna have to use this. Okay, we're actually gonna go with the, what did I use? Light warm, medium warm. Yeah, we're gonna use a medium warm because the light warm does look just a little bit too light. As it look at this really beautiful like glow. I can see why everyone likes it. That's nice. Okay, so I've got a bit on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna get my brush and just start to Flick. What is this brush? My Kitco. My feathered contour. Well, your foundation brush today. I'm just going to tap that into these areas here. Yeah, you can already get like quite a decent coverage from this. And I'm doing that same method of just putting down like a base layer first. So I'm not going in with perhaps how high in coverage it could be, but already it is giving me a really decent coverage. Like for me, I feel like I don't need to go in with more, but I will just so we can see how much coverage you can go. Different shades. That's right, we'll bronze it up. Everything can be bronzed up. I mean, even that has a really nice glow to it. I really like that too. I am gonna have to do both sides of my face in this eventually because I look like a crazy person. I actually feel like if I add any more, I'm going to ruin the texture. You know what I mean? So far, so good. I'm gonna let that sit on the skin, both of them, and see how they deal with a cream and powder product. I got this really cute cheek squad, it's called, and you obviously have like your bronzer, highlight, and blush. Let's see if I can get open. Oh no, that's cream. Oh, it's all cream. Well, shit, we're doing cream on every side. So if I'll do this cream on this side because we have more of these like wand-like ones on this side, and I think that would just sit better. So let's start with our bronzer first from here, and I am gonna clean this brush. 16. Everything seems to be $16. Is that like a thing? Okay, so all nice and tight like this. That just clips up. Beautiful. Let's go in with this cream. What I look for when I'm looking for like a cream product like this is the way it sits on the skin, yes, but also the way it interacts with my foundation underneath. Is it removing my foundation underneath? Is it going to sit well? You know, and I'm not one of the people who powders on top of my cream products. Otherwise, I would just build up a powder product. I do prefer, if I'm using a cream, for the cream to stay cream. I like it. Is that blurring or no? It definitely gives like a slight like blurry visual. No? Am I seeing that? Like it's a nice glow, but it has like this smoothness to it on the skin. It definitely hasn't interfered with that foundation too much. It's sitting really nicely. Ulta. Your little honeys. Okay, let's do the blush. Let's pop that here. This fauna is really, really stunning. It's really like powdery cream. Like it doesn't stay, like it applies very creamy but finishes very powder-esque. So it could be that cream to powder. Again, I'm not really like diving too much into the products. I'll put the information on screen, but I don't want to like give my, you know, oh my God, tell my brain what I should be thinking before I even try the product. I love that. I love these. That's really stunning. It's really not subtle, but like really subtle in a way where it's like you could have it very minimal or build it up quite heavily. Oh, that's beautiful. I really like it. What I will do though is I would go back in. We're going to do a bit more concealer just to tie it all in as well. Okay, let's use our finger for the highlight. Let me just check the highlight shade first. Yeah, okay, it's a bit, not goldy, but it's a bit champagne-y. Go with it. Very nice. Very, very nice. I really, really like that. Very impressed. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's stunning. I didn't get a powder, did I? Okay, let's try the other side. I got some of these like pillow puff products. They are $12. So we have the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight here as well. They do say illuminating oil on the highlighter, which I was a little bit like, illuminating oil on me. Don't let Charlotte Tilbury see this. She'll have a fit. Okay. This definitely feels very fluidy, like almost water-like on the skin. It's, just get a clean brush. I just want to tap it in after I'm done, just so it feels a little bit more even. It's all right. I prefer something like this. This would be good for something perhaps where maybe your skin is a little bit more textured, maybe your skin's a little bit drier, and this definitely feels like it would be a nice option. On you oily people who tend to get oily everywhere, I would be wary, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. And that was a shade Caramel, and this was Pop of Petal, sorry. So we're gonna go in with the blush Velvet Rose. Oh, ooh. I'm gonna tap this in with a brush because I don't want to like just Stab it everywhere. It's all right. You know, I don't know if I'm becoming unimpressed because I really like the look of this side so much that this side is just a little bit anticlimactic. It's definitely cute. You know what I want to do? Maybe once I've done this, I'll take off this side and pop this foundation on the other side and just see how it sits on top of that foundation. Okay, we're gonna use a highlighter. This is the shade Glitz. And these are full. Like I'm squeezing from here and product is coming out. Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay, I like that. This is good. This is good. And although it says oil, it doesn't feel oily. It doesn't feel like greasy, greasy, greasy. Beautiful. Stunning. I really, really like that. This will be good on collarbones during the summer. Give that a little bit of a shine. Love that. I do have to say though, it's not very difficult to impress me with a highlighter. Okay, let me just line my lips quickly. I forgot to get a lip liner. I didn't even think about doing a full face while I was there. So this is $10 and it's a really cute lip stain marker. So let's just do it. Let's start her here. Oh, wow. Jeez, that's got color. Okay, quick, tap it out before it stains. It's already stained. Oh my God, wow, that's set down really quick. Quick. God, this is no messing around. Like, you need to go in. Okay, listen, I might look a little bit crazy right now. It stains. That is stained. I almost want to put like a little bit on my finger. It's a beautiful color. It's really deep purple. My only issue with this would be you better get a great smooth application because this is not coming off. This is not coming off. Okay, let's do a little bit of color over the top. Well, not so much color. This is the Shiny Sheer Lip Gloss. This looks beautiful. And this is in the shade, what shade is this? Oh, peach. Cute. And this is $11. I love this applicator. The applicator is like this flat, like paddle. Almost like quite a wide one. I'm trying to like loosen up this lip stain a little bit. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave these foundations and blushes on my face for a good few minutes. Come back to you. Then I'm gonna remove this and try these like these ones on like a more, on that matte surface, on that full coverage surface, I should say. Okay, be right back. Okay, so it just went away for about 15 minutes. This is quite nice. I do think it's oxidized slightly on my skin. Like it has got slowly and slowly more orange. This is sitting beautifully though. This foundation is great. So I'm gonna remove this side now and then just try that blush because I really want to see what it looks like on top of this foundation. I love the way this looks on top of the fuller coverage foundation. I mean, usually I would actually use a powder on top of tinted moisturizers anyway, and maybe like a cream highlight just to keep that creaminess and that hydrated look, hydrated look going. These look beautiful. I still do prefer the Cheek Squad, which is this. On this side, sorry. I still do like the way that looks. It almost has, I think it's because it has this perfect balance of semi-matte, glowy with a highlight, but has this really beautiful shine to it. I went downstairs and even in natural lighting, it looks stunning. So I do still prefer that, but it's not bad. The oil ones do look really, really beautiful on top of this foundation too. Listen, I would use this as a marker like this because it stains. Like my finger's still a bit stained, my lip's still a little bit stained, and I've used oil and everything to try and take it off. I would use it on an occasion where you absolutely need a lip to last. A wedding and you wanted a red lip, if it comes in red, perfect. Guarantee it's not going to come off. And I mean, I said you have to be very precise and quick, but the way I would combat that if you're doing your own makeup, any mistakes, is to line the lip first, then go in with a marker. Just so you have that really nice outline, and you can go over the lip line again with a liner. Okay, I'm just gonna powder my face, and then I did also get one of their mini matte veil setting sprays, just to see what it was like. I didn't pick up powder either. I really wanna go back and get like a full face, but I am not back for a long time yet, next October, so okay, let's tap it in. I really love this foundation. This foundation's beautiful. It just sits so well on the skin, and the way it like handles other products, as in like the blusher and highlight, stunning. Really, really stunning. Like sometimes, you know, you can be wearing a complexion product and then you put another product on top, like a cream, and it just doesn't go well, but beautiful. Okay, let's give us a little shizzle. a real smell. That was a very nice, fine spritz. Okay. I'm gonna leave that on. I'm gonna put on some lashes and some line on the inside waterline, and then I'm gonna come back to you after a good. I'm filming another 2 videos, so I'll come back to you after that. Let you know how this is sitting on my face. Okay, we're back a little while later. I am extremely impressed with how this foundation is holding up. Really, really beautiful. Even the blush is sitting really nicely on the skin. Both types of blush. I haven't changed it up. I did take off a lip color just to change it up for another video, but love it. I love it. My skin does feel a little bit tighter on my forehead with this foundation, the Complexion Crush. So just do be wary if you are a little bit more dry on the drier side. It doesn't, not to say you can't use it, but just be sure to prep your skin efficiently. Could be the mattifying setting spray, I just realized. Bear in mind, I did use this. I am not very matte. But as someone who doesn't believe in setting sprays that much on the outside, that aren't those theatrical over-the-top setting sprays, there's 2, 3 that I really, really like, that I believe work. You probably know all of them already, that I use as primers also. So I'm never like a big setting spray person, but I'm very, very impressed. I actually want to go back to Ulta, which I cannot anytime soon, and grab some more products. Let me know your favorite products from Ulta down below. I would greatly appreciate that. Let me know ones you don't like. Is there something I use here that you're like, no, that's shit? Let me know. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.